Hello everyone, and welcome to issue 42 of our newsletter. This is our weekly video to update you on upcoming streams and events. Before we begin, I'd just like to thank you for your support and for helping the channel to grow. As always, you're appreciated. Right folks, here we are, another week. We are cracking on as always, busy. Absolutely love it. So, a wee bit of contributor news anyway. Anthony Carroll, one of our contributing authors, he's been on the show as well, and he'll be on for our Frankenstein and film discussion, has just released his latest book, Dreaded Invocations. So basically what they are, 14 short stories taking classic tales like the Frankenstein and various things and putting it like an 80s pulp sort of affair. So interesting, great to see people putting works out. As I always say, folks, reach out to me and let me know if you've got stuff coming out, and I'll share it around. People are very reluctant to sort of let me know what they're up to. I have to go chasing people. It's like, let me know what you're doing. But yeah, Anthony let me know that there, and I'll put the link obviously in the email so you can check it out, and looking forward to chatting to him on Saturday. And if you don't already know, Del Gibson's working on a film, so her Tale on Dying Love is getting produced. So at the moment they're crowdfunding, got the crew together, they're looking for 2 cast members, and they're basically ready to go. They just need to get the funds, and they're actually not looking for that much. They're looking for $1,000 to get it up and running. So all in all, to get a film produced and put out there with a whole team, and if people lend in favours and makeup artists give them discounts and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean, it really is great to see. Del has come on leaps and bounds. We were talking last night actually on stream, and just saying how for someone that started off being nervous about the camera, just absolutely blown out of the water, and she's smashing it. She's holding her own interviews, she's writing an autobiography, she's got her own stories obviously in anthologies, various anthologies about the place, and now she's getting one of her tales made in the movie. So let's say, what more do you want as an author? You're getting stuff out there and it's happening and shaking. So if you can, once again, link is in the email, get out there and give her support, and let's get some indie horror out there. Right, on to our streams with a few coming up, so I'll not dilly-dally. Saturday the 10th of August, I am on with Steve, Anthony Carroll and Chris Regan as we talk about Frankenstein and film. So we're going to look at the phenomenon of Dr. Frankenstein and his monster all throughout cinema, from the earliest iterations, traditional storytelling to alternate takes, animations, whatever it is, and sort of distill what it is about that character, or both of the characters really, because the monster is just as much a character as the mad scientist himself. We'll talk about our favourite movies, least favourite, various things, and just obviously as usual there'll be plenty of tangents. You know how our conversations go, and just have a lot of fun. So looking forward to that there. Check us out. Thursday the 15th of August, I'm on with Chris as we cover The Final Destination. So this is part 4 in the series, and I don't think I've seen this one at all. I don't think I've seen the last 2, so I'll be seeing these for the first time, which is cool. I don't know, I think it's with these long run franchises, once you get to a certain point you kind of dip out, don't you? Like they run out of steam and start thinking more than 4. Once you go more than 4 in their franchise, you really start to like get burnt out and just like, oh, here's another one. It doesn't seem that important to see it, if that makes sense. So I think that's why I kind of dipped out. Plus it's around about that sort of 2000s era that, you know, we'll start getting strange films. But so far I've enjoyed the series, I have to say. I've enjoyed it. It's good going back, few hokey bits, but for the most part I can forgive them because generally it's just out there to let you have fun. So it'll be interesting to see us, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a crazy theory thrown in there as well. Looking forward to that. Sunday the 18th of August, I'm on with Cameron as we are covering Death Rider in the House of Vampires. So we had a chat. Cameron wasn't going to let me suffer alone through this. This is another Glenn Danzig spectacular, and apparently it's worse than Veronica, if that's at all possible. So yeah, we're just going to be riffing on the movie. Unless I really like it, and then it'll be another one of them conversations with Cameron and I. We're either completely in lockstep. If you notice with us, we're either completely in lockstep, in agreement, or we're polar apart. We're just polar opposites when it comes to the movie. It's funny, but that's just the, you know, the joys of having, I don't know, particular tastes and things that we look for in movies. It's interesting how you can agree with certain things and then just be like, nah, watch the same movie and just have completely different opinions on it. It'd be boring if everyone, that's one thing I'm glad about the folks on the channel, we're not all in lockstep. We all have different opinions and we all like different things, and we agree on enough that we can find common ground, and that's, I think, what how humanity should be. We don't have to be in lockstep all in the same mold. It's our differences that make us interesting. So even something simple as opinions on a movie, you know, you can talk about it, you can disagree and still be friends and carry on. Ah well, maybe that's a bit of an allegory for life in the world at the moment, but we'll be covering that, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be what we expect from Glenn Danzig when he makes a movie. Monday the 19th of August, I'm on with Steve as we continue our look at the Hammer horror series of films with The Shadow of the Cat. Strange enough, we're going back to black and white. So we had a look at this. The Technicolor process was post-production, so I don't know when the first proper movies that were shot in colour, but I think we're still in the era where they were shot shot in black and white, and Technicolor was a process layered over the top, and it's expensive, so not every movie's getting it. So this has gone back to black and white movie. I haven't seen this in years, but it's essentially a housewife gets murdered and her spirit goes into the cat, I think, or the cat witnesses it, and it's almost like a witch's familiar type story. I genuinely can't remember, it's been that many years, so get interested to go back to this. That's why it's good to go back to the classics as well. We all think we've seen them, and I think a lot of it's to do with pop culture and things being in the zeitgeist. We all think we've seen everything, and then when we actually look at it, we'll realise that we haven't. And there's sometimes we can talk about movies, or Final Destination's a good example. Everyone knows that logging truck scene, all the memes, everything else, everyone knows that scene, but not everyone's seen the movie, and everyone keeps saying Final Destination and not Final Destination 2, which once again proves they haven't seen the movie. Interesting things like that, how it happens. And I think it's the same with Hammer Horror. Like, we all talk about, oh, Hammer Horror, yeah, Christopher Lee's the only Dracula, and he's only really been in a handful of Dracula movies, and you would think the way we talk, and this isn't disparaging by the way, it's just interesting cultural phenomena. You would think he'd been in about 20 Dracula movies and there hadn't been another one, but he actually hasn't been in that many. And what we're starting to discover as well is not every Hammer movie was Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, so other actors and other stories getting told and them coming in, and they weren't always in every movie together. We've seen that too, so it's interesting, like I said, just going back, looking at these movies as well and taking off the nostalgia glasses and basically measuring up with the good enough, and we're finding some of them are brilliant, some of them really deserve their place in film history and others not so much. And yeah, like I said, and it's also cool to see filmmaking at its earliest. And I think we talked a lot about independent creators, and a lot of the young ones today are so caught up about budgets, because that's all, the fast food factory talks about, oh, the budget of this, budget of that, but they're doing all sorts of stupid things. Look how these movies were made, and look at the fact they're still watchable, and we've got better technology today, we've got better camera technology and everything else. There's no reason not to make a good movie. So maybe I'm trying to think how I'd put this. Sorry, I'm just having a random thought here as usual during this stream, so this might be another 40-minute video. I'll have to bloody edit out. Think of it as a stage play. If you're an independent creator, think of your movie as a stage play and film it like that, and as long as you're telling a good story, then it'll work. That's the way these films did it, and then the modern movies only really come into being. But if you're starting up and you've only got a phone or a few cameras pieces and a few lav mics and stuff, then maybe it might be an option to look at these movies, see how they were made with no technology basically, and take a few leaves from the book. There's always post-production, which you can do a lot better. You can incorporate some green screen in, but don't make it all, and just have that little layer of video editing over the top. Just a few suggestions anyway, but there you go. Looking forward to that anyway, it'll be fun. Tuesday the 20th of August, I'm back on with Brotherhood of the Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales as we carry on with session 18 of the Dracona Strain trilogy, Destroyer of Worlds. So I think this is probably going to be the last session of this story. I think we're right at the end, like we're in sub-level 3 now. Things are all coming up. We've found the Colonel, he's in cryostasis. The team's been split up, so shenanigans are going on. We're basically at the mercy of an AI, so the AI isn't going to let us out unless we do what it wants, and it's really all to play for. Everything is just absolutely carnage, and at least we managed to survive last episode, so that's something. But yeah, still having an absolute blast, so I reckon this will be the last session of the Destroyer of Worlds segment before we take a wee break and then go on to Heart of Darkness. But yeah, if you haven't seen RPGs being played before, you're not familiar with the Alien RPG system, it's worth checking out these episodes. You get to see it in real time, you get to see the various rules getting played and how it works, and we don't all know everything, so we're asking questions as well during the game sessions. So we're not coming at this like a staged pace, you know what I mean? We're just playing a game at the end of the day, and I think that's valuable for people to see when particular rules get enacted, like the panic rules, combat rules, stealth rules were brought into play as well, the fast actions, the slow actions, all that kind of stuff. So the actual mechanics of the games and how it works, we're basically playing out live on camera, so come and join us. They're turning to be quite popular, more people are turning up for the live chat and saying hello, so that's fantastic. If nothing else, turn in for the last session, see how this all turns out. It's been quite a build up, and let's see who survives and who doesn't. Thursday the 22nd of August, I'm on with Dale again as we continue our look at what we do in the shadows. We're still in season 1, we're doing Baron's Night Out, The Trial and Citizenship. Last night we really enjoyed Wellington Paranormal, they were great episodes, and you can see what they've changed from season 1 to season 2. They've just had to think about things and really tightened it up, so I'm interested to see how this turns out. I think I've seen Baron's Night Out, I think there's The Trial, yeah, I think I see where this goes, but I don't want to say to spoil it for those who haven't watched the show, and obviously I want to refresh myself, it's been a while. But really good show, love the adult humour, love the fact it doesn't shy away from it, and everyone's having fun, and that's what you want at the end of the say. They're not doing 100% mockumentary style, they're doing it slightly differently. So sometimes they do step away from that. It's almost as if it is a TV show. But all in all, like I said, still enjoyable. Like, not a massive TV show person, so it's cool when I actually find something I enjoy. Always cool, and as always, pleasure talking to Dale. Sunday, 25th of August, I'm on with Flea as we continue our look at horror anime with Alpha and Lied. So we're doing the first 3 episodes: Encounter, Wipeout, and Within Heart. I haven't seen this, I've heard of it, haven't seen it. Part of the tagline is these guys, they find a girl who they bring into their house, and turns out she's got multiple personalities and a serial killer. That's about as much as I know about it. I haven't seen a trailer or anything. When I'm going to do these series, I don't like to watch trailers and stuff, don't want to ruin it, so I like to just go in and talk about it fresh. But so far we've been quite lucky with the anime series. Everything we've picked so far we've liked, and been great to talk about. The Akira discussion we had was fantastic. We went on for hours, just nerding out about it. That's one that holds a special place in my heart, so I was glad to actually talk about that. That was a phenomenon. So it'll be interesting to see this. Also, be interesting to see what Flea thinks. I'm letting him sort of choose these, what he thinks horror is, in terms of anime. I know you've got your traditional sort of anime, and it has little bits of horror elements, but what I'm looking for, obviously, to talk about is where it really crosses the line into this is a horror show. So it'll be interesting to see what the picks are. We're talking about as well doing Attack on Titan, but I don't know, I think I got the season 2 of that, and it wasn't really, it got very repetitive. That's the sort of anime I don't like. It's very formulaic. You can always tell the story beats as you go on, but it'll be interesting to know what you think anyway. Should we cover that at a later stage? There's always stuff coming out anyway, and if you have suggestions for horror anime, absolutely love to hear it. Not just anime, but animation. That's what we want this theme. So it doesn't have to be Japanese anime. If there's a good horror animated feature, like we'll end up covering Evil Dead animation when it comes out, I imagine. We'll probably get a couple of people on for that, but it's those sort of things I'm looking for, just to show a different medium on the channel and just experience different formats without going through everything. At the end of the day, I'm limited for time, and I don't like general TV and series and stuff because a lot of it is just guff. But yeah, like I said, any suggestions, love to hear from you. And finally, Sunday the 29th of September, we have our 4th birthday bash. So we're doing the talk spot. Cameron, Chris, Dale, and Steve are all joining me as we celebrate our 4th year of the podcast. So we'll just talk about how the podcast started, where everybody came on board, where it's remained the same, where it's changed, directions going for the future, what our favourite streams were, where it hasn't went as well, any problems we've faced, that sort of thing. Just a general celebration of the channel anyway, because I'm really proud of where we've come to get to this point, and we're no way stopping. And yeah, just nice to get everybody together, acknowledge the fact we've been here for 4 years, and just have a stream to celebrate it. So looking forward to that, and that is it for now. Don't forget, if you aren't already, sign up to our email list, because that's where this gets sent out and all the links etc are included. And just leaves me say, until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the type of things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.